Boyd is going to come up, and she's part of our first German Studies group. And Helga Brombeck, Director of German Studies, will introduce her for me.
Yes, I'm extremely proud of our first 20 German Studies major graduates who offered our major. All of them are high achievers. All of them are wearing sashes. I see them sitting there as a group. And 2 of them are dual majors with mechanical engineering and biomedical engineering, and 1 is even a triple major, German Studies and History and Religion. As you've heard, 1 of them is Jennifer Boyd, and I was very, very happy that she was chosen to be the student speaker this year. She's a sort of dream candidate for our major for the simple fact that she chose to stay an additional year at NC State to complete this second major, which shows that it is important to her. She has already completed a BS in biomedical engineering in 2007 and is graduating today summa cum laude. Jennifer states that the German Studies program gave her the opportunity to develop a new style of thinking and learn more about another culture, and I guess that is one of the reasons why she chose to stay. A Clarendon Scholar, NSF Graduate Fellow, Rhodes Scholar finalist, cross-country runner, violinist, and a very good violinist, as she demonstrated at German Night, and a high school assistant track coach, Jennifer still found the time to help start a recycling program that has now been adopted by other universities and a few NFL teams. Jennifer is a Phi Beta Kappa member, a member of Delta Phi Alpha, the German Honor Society, has taken part in 2 research projects, one at Oxford University and another at Duke University. This summer, Jennifer will take part in a 3rd research project at the University of Aachen in Germany, and then in the fall, she will start to study for her PhD in orthopedic engineering at Oxford University. And I hope she will be able to develop some new parts for all the bum knees we have hanging around the German section these days. 2 of our German Studies majors in my class this semester had knee surgeries. When I did an independent study with Jennifer last year about the music of Bach and Mozart, she was a sheer pleasure to work with. And now I think she has prepared a few insights to share with all of you. I present to you Jennifer Boyd.
Thank you, Dr. Brombeck. I find myself in a very odd situation today. Here in Withers Hall is actually where I started my time at NC State. Those of you who are double majors may remember this building as a location for the Physics Tutorial Center. I spent many hours down in the basement, entering the building through what seemed to be prison gates, and then walking down the dungeon hallways of Withers Hall to where I would finally sit in front of a physics book for hours without really understanding much of anything. Or maybe that was just my experience. In any case, I'm glad that Withers is a much more welcoming place today, with inviting, well-lit hallways, cheerful faculty and students. This seems to be a proper setting for our graduation ceremony, a room filled with hope and bright ambitions for the futures which are about to begin. With that in mind, I will also begin. Today is a very important day. You've all worked hard, years in fact, for this moment, when your friends, family, and professors will watch proudly as you walk across the room to receive the physical evidence of your seemingly endless toil. A piece of paper worth, I don't know, 25 cents, 50 cents? It's good for your tuition bill, right? But congratulations, seriously. As someone who has already graduated once, I can tell you that that piece of paper is not the reason we are gathered here today. It's important to be sure, but it does not represent what you've gained while at NC State. When you think back on your experience here, what comes to mind? Homecoming parades, beating UNC in an athletic competition, Hillsborough Hike, or maybe just Friday nights at New York Pizza, study groups in DH Hill, or maybe watching TV with friends, of course, after your homework was already finished. Each of us thinks of different things, and that's a sign of the diversity of opportunities available at NC State. This department, Foreign Languages and Literatures, is an excellent example. We represent the students most interested in augmenting the traditional American education, and we enjoy learning about other cultures as well as our own. In grammar, history, music, business classes, we cover it all. That said, why am I standing before you today? As some of you, well, as all of you have already heard, my background is traditionally in biomedical engineering, so I seem to be the opposite of who you would expect to be speaking today. So why am I here? When I heard that a new major in German studies would be opening, I decided to stay at NC State another year. As you've already heard, I wanted a chance to develop my language skills as well as a new mindset, one that understands that more than one answer can be correct and that everything doesn't have to fit into a mathematical equation. I'm very proud to say that I was accompanied in my classes by about 18 other students majoring in German studies now, 2 of which, William Busher and Jordan Lovelace, are also graduating today. So if everyone who is involved in the German major would please stand to be recognized for a moment. Go ahead. Thank you. Particularly to the faculty, I know it took a lot of effort to put this major together, and we the students are very excited and very honored, very appreciative to have this opportunity to study German at a higher level. But the German majors aren't the only people here today. We also have French and Spanish students graduating. And although I didn't take any of these classes, I'm sure that your side of the department is just as strong, with dedicated professors, exceptional students, and new graduates with the world opening before them. This is a particularly exciting time in our field as the world continues to expand and globalization connects us more than ever. Regardless of where your future plans take you, whether it be down the street, across the country, or over the ocean, be confident that you have received a solid background education from your university. Now it is your turn to take your place in the world. Remember the lessons that you have learned and continue representing your university well. You are the new leaders, the lawyers, translators, and diplomats. And don't forget the other ways you will lead the next generation, as teachers, parents, and mentors. Therefore, it's time that I stop talking and allow you to begin the next phase of your life. First, however, I would like to leave you with one of my favorite quotations, one appropriate for our gathering today. By William Foster, this quotation speaks about the driving force behind achievements of all kinds. Foster says, "Quality is never an accident. It is always the result of high intention, sincere effort, intelligent direction, and skillful execution. It represents the wise choice of many alternatives." Right now you have many choices as to what to do next in life. Just remember to do your best and enjoy what you're doing. Thank you and congratulations on your graduation.